I just wanted to show you a quick video of my hot off the hook crochet project. I thought a video would demonstrate it better than I could ever take photographs of it. It's a Twiddle-muff that I'm entering into a competition. A Twiddle-muff, for those of you who don't know, is a muff that you can, the kind you put your hands in both ends of to keep warm. But it has twiddly bits that you can fiddle and play with all over it. The idea is that they're to keep people with dementia, Alzheimer's, etc. stimulated mentally, but also good for people with spectrum disorders like Asperger's and autism. So here's mine. I've used quite muted colours. I wanted to go with the North Sea theme. So that was what I was quite inspired by. So I've gone with blues, greys, silvers, different shades of blue. Just realised the camera's not focusing. There we go. I've used crochet. I've used different types of stitch. I've used English terms, double crochet, cross trebles, popcorns. I've also incorporated fur yarn. And this darker blue stripe here is popcorns on the inside, and it is symmetrical. That's the centre point. So what I have put on the outside of it, in keeping with the North Sea theme, we start off, we'll flip over to the reverse. It was crocheted in one piece and then joined up the centre. So at that join, I've got a ribbon tied in a bow, and it is secured with stitches here and here so that the ribbon can't pull out, but it can happily be untied and retied and twiddled with. I've got some buttons here that slide up and down, and they're to represent sort of sea glass, the green colours that would wash ashore. The outside is very much flotsam and jetsam, so that would be sort of your beach findings. I've got some beads here which look like seashells and pearls, and they can be rotated around on the jewellery wire. And then I've just got some little rings here on some satin ribbon that make a little bit of a noise. Excuse the crunching in the background. Rufus has a plastic bottle. And they can be slid along the ribbon and twiddled with and make a little noise. If I turn it over to the front or top, we've got a crocheted section here with a buttonhole and a starfish button, so that can be unbuttoned and rebuttoned, which will keep your hands occupied and possibly help with manual dexterity. At least that was my idea. We've got a little bright orange life ring here, which is crocheted over. There is a gone fishing ribbon, which is press-studded between two of the popcorns, so that can be played with, and a little furry doodah on the end, which I thought was a little bit like a sea mouse. Yes, they're a real animal. No, they don't look like that. Then over onto this side, we've got a fishing rod, with a reel, and a little fishy on the end, which I thought was quite cute. There's a big peachy pom-pom, which I thought was a bit like maybe an anemone in a rock pool, or a fluffy sea urchin or something along those lines. We've got this here, which I thought looked a little bit like a clam, and it's crinkly. So there's a noise factor. It's soft to the touch, but you can feel that there is something making that noise inside. Again, just on a satin ribbon. We've got these pieces of fleece with a nice orange button. They can just be played with as is, or they can be plaited up. I felt that they were sort of my version of seaweed. We've got another starfish here, which is plastic and on a crocheted cord attached. And then that takes us back to the underside again. That's something from the inside. Okay, so as textures go, the popcorns feel quite nice. Run your hand over the fur. Popcorns on the inside feel good to touch and rub your hand across. And like that side being symmetrical, popcorns again. Now I'm going to try and show you the inside one-handed as I'm holding the camera. One thing I've got on the inside is another ring. It's a blue ring, I didn't really want to put anything pointy like an anchor, so I just went with another ring. There's a cord inside, which could be a piece of rope or a piece of anchor chain, and it's got a toggle on, which when you press the button slides up and down, and it's knotted and stitched. You can reach that from both sides. If we look in the other side, we've got a little octopus here who can come out or stay in. He's on a long gold ribbon there, and he's soft and squishy, and his little curly tentacles can be twiddled with. And then to the inside also we have, this little fabric that looks like it's covered in dreadlocks, which I thought again was like another little sea urchin or a puffer fish or something, but obviously it's soft and padded. And I think that's everything I've got to the inside. I'll show you the popcorns with the ribbon running through. There we go. Sorry, this is a little difficult one-handed, but again, those popcorns feel nice to just play with on the inside. I tried to keep the inside quite minimal, thinking along the lines of people with a cannula in the back of their hand, not wanting to get it caught or snagged. I've also made it quite large, so it would be good for big hands, arthritic hands, men's hands. Another reason for me keeping the colours quite muted. And I thought maybe a seagoing or a fishing theme might appeal to a gentleman as well. So that's my Twiddle-muff. Obviously I'm hoping it does well in the competition, but I'm really hoping that whoever receives it enjoys it and it helps them in some way. So thank you for watching.